Hey everyone, it's Greg again from D-Link, and today I'm going to be showing you how to factory reset your router. Now the first thing you want to do is make sure that the router is fully powered on. Then you just want to look right on the back side of the router where you plug in your Ethernet cables, and right next to the power outlet is a little pinhole that's marked reset. What you need to do is press in this reset button. You'll need something small like a paper clip or a needle. You press it in, hold it for 10 seconds, and then let it go. When you let it go, if you look at the lights on the front of the router, the power light or some of the other lights should start blinking and the router will start rebooting. Once the router is reboot, it should take about 30 seconds. Then the router will be at factory defaults. For more helpful videos, please check out support.dlink.ca.
Okay, here is the system requirements. I have a Windows 10 computer. I'm going to be using Firefox to do the installation. That's what I use for the installation. But I had to do a reset first because I learned that if you've ever used the router before, it's got old settings in there that won't go away unless you reset it to factory settings. So I did that first, and you had to have, and then once I did that, then I went through the installation. So we'll skip this page. This is just information about the D-Link router, so we won't worry about that. This one here, this just shows you where everything is, where the internet connector, where everything is. Now see that reset button on number 3? That's important. You use like a paper clip and push it in there, right there. I didn't know how to, that's how you reset it, right there, using number 3. So this just shows you where everything is, where your internet port is, your LAN ports, your reset button, your power receptors. So that way when you're following the installation instructions, you can tell whether things are going as they should be. So this is a nice page here to know where all your lights are to make sure everything is going according to plan. Well, I only have one computer, so the only one I pay attention to is the first one on the list. When I first started having problems, I thought this was my problem. I thought it was because maybe there was interference, but that wasn't it. I had to reset my router. That was it. Once I did that, everything worked. So that was my problem. I need a router for my Amazon Kindle Paperwhite. And I couldn't, when I would go to my Kindle Paperwhite and log in, it would say it wouldn't recognize the password. But I followed the installation instructions correctly. So I found out later I needed to reset my router to factory settings. And then that solved the problems. So this is a very important page. I'm a visual learner, so this probably helped me. I would read their instructions and I couldn't understand how to, this shows you how to wire everything. So you got to have a cable going from the computer to the LAN input. At first I put it in internet, but no, computer goes to the LAN. And then the internet hole on your router connects to the internet hole on your modem. That's how I think, real simple, I'm not a tech guru here. So just follow this diagram here and it will show you how to set it up. This is a very good diagram. So, okay, this is a pretty important page here. So first you want the router in open central location. And don't plug the power adapter into the router yet. So you turn the power off on your modem. If there's no on-off switch, then unplug the modem's power adapter and shut down your computer. And then what you do next is you set up the wiring just like it shows in that previous picture. I find reading 3 and 4 just so confusing. I do better with a picture. Okay, once you've done that, then you turn on or plug in your modem. Then you wait for the modem to boot about 30 seconds and you see all those lights. That's why it's nice to know where all the lights are with that previous picture. Then you plug the power adapter to the router and connect to an outlet or power strip. Wait about 30 seconds. So basically you plug in the power source to your modem, and then you plug in the power source to your router. And then you turn on your computer. Then 8, you verify the link lights on the router, the power light, internet light, and the LAN light. The port that your computer is plugged into should be lit. If not, make sure your computer, modem, and router are powered on, and verify the cable connections are correct. Okay, and then you go to the next step. So this is basically how you connect to cable and get your modem and router all connected and set up. So, okay, what happened to me next? This screen just popped up, and I just hit install and followed the instructions. But there are more detailed instructions here if you have some problems. So now you have to configure it online, and I deliberately chose Firefox because they say that's a good web browser to use. I didn't use Chrome. They recommended Internet Explorer or Firefox, so I chose Firefox. I forgot to mention that you need to type in 192.168.0.1 up in the URL address section, then hit enter, and it'll take you right into the setup wizard. And it usually asked me for a password. Fortunately, I remembered the password that I entered a couple years ago. Yeah, but oh no, once you do a reset, there will be nothing there. So you're basically starting all over. So you just follow the prompts. I forgot. Yeah, once you do a reset, there'll be nothing there. Okay, so. Next, you just follow the step-by-step wizard, and then you will be creating a password, and you need to write all this down or make a screenshot of it, because you're going to be, I wrote it on the envelope that I keep my CD-ROM for my D-Link so that I'll have it right in front of me. But this is the password that you will use to, like say for my Kindles, so that you can get access to your Wi-Fi. So it's your network, it's your router password. That's what you use so that you can use your router. Because I guess they have to give you a password, because if not, then everybody in the world can use your router. So it's for security purposes. So that's the router password right here. So. Okay, the next thing you do now is you select your time zone. They had me in Canada time, so I went to Eastern because I'm in Eastern. And then I selected Enable Advanced DNS Services to allow this function to improve my overall internet experience. And yeah, my internet's working great with this router. So okay, for this step, you have to wait while your router detects your internet connection type. Apparently, I didn't have to select my internet connection type. So I just had, though I knew it was, what is it, DHCP or whatever it is. I knew what it was if I needed to, but so I just went right on to the next step. Okay, for this one, I only have one computer, so I don't have to worry about being connected to the PC that was originally connected to my broadband connection, since I only have one. It's highly recommended. I copied the security key and wrote it down in a safe place, so I did that. Okay, then we go on to the next step. Okay, this is a very important step here, because let me tell you what I did first time. I saved it, and then it asked, and I did click Save and Connect to reboot the router, and then it asked me, do you want to bookmark D-Link router? And I hit OK, but it didn't work. I don't know why. So I just hit cancel, and then it automatically went into the reboot mode and started rebooting. And then Yeah, if it doesn't reboot, then everything you did is not saved and you have not completed installation. So it's very important for it to reboot. That's something I learned. Okay, once it reboots, then you go into your device, which for me was the Kindle, and everything should be ready to go. And what I did is I went on my Kindle and I noticed that my Gabriel Chana was there as a Wi-Fi, but it needed a password. So I entered the password and voila, I was connected to Wi-Fi on my Kindle. I was so excited. It took me a long time to figure this out, but it worked. But I had to reset. I had to reset everything on my router for it to work. And what's great about this is I don't have to pay extra at Spectrum. They charge me $15 more a month to use their router. So if you buy your own router, I didn't have to buy this router. I bought it like in 2012, but I just didn't know how to set it up. But I finally figured it out. If you have your own router, you save $15 a month at Spectrum. You don't have to use their Wi-Fi services if you have your own router. So it worked great.